Hey y'all, I just woke up, so my voice might be like scratchy. If that, oh my god, I cannot do this. But I'm gonna be playing a tower game while telling random stories. So I'm gonna start with my first story. Oh, I still don't get this, but at school the most questionable things can happen, and a questionable thing that happened at my school was so there was this new rule, okay, for 6th grade, and they had to have cones in their hallway. So those cones were for if they had to use the bathroom, then they'd have to pick up the cone from the hallway. So there was 2 cones. Oh my god. So there were 2 cones. One was bigger and one was smaller. The bigger one was for the boys and the smaller one was for the girls. And then, oh my god, that's bad. And so only 2 people in the whole entire grade could go to the bathroom at one time, and it was chaos. Like, so one of my friends, E, let's just call her E, she had a laminator at her house. And so she went home and she made a whole bunch of like little handheld cards, is what you can call them. And it said no to cones, and there was 2 little cones on it. And it also said the new rule is cruel. Oh my god, I can barely speak and my voice is so scratchy. I'm so sorry. Oh, oh, oh my god. Yeah, so it said the new rule is cruel, no to cones. And so eventually our math teacher saw them. And our math teacher, she's the stricter one in the grade, and so when it got to her, she made our whole class sit down, and she had to explain to us why the cones were there. And then our ELA teacher, which is like the chillest teacher in the whole grade, like she'll let us chew gum and stuff, she was like, I feel like the girls should have the cone, not have the cones and stuff. I don't remember exactly what she said because that was quite a few weeks ago. And so I remember this one time I had to use the bathroom. So I had to sign my name on the bathroom sheet, and then I had to wait for the cone. And then as soon as I got the cone, so I was walking into the hallway and I got it, and I was walking in between the hallway with 7th and 8th grade and 5th and 6th grade. And then I don't know if it was 7th or 8th graders, but they were going up the stairs, and so when they got to the 2nd floor where I was, they were laughing at me, and I was so embarrassed, and I was so mad. Then I told all my friends, and oh yeah, and then the boys were always saying that the cones were sticky. Like, no one liked that rule. Like, people on day 1 started signing petitions that were like, no cones. And it was amazing. Totally. But let's just say the cones are still there. Okay, story time number 2. But before that, I'm just gonna do a bonus small story. So for Christmas, I got a beanbag, and my mom got like a chair from American Furniture Warehouse, and I'm currently on my beanbag, 'cause somehow my small muscles were able to pull it in to my parents' room, where my mom's chair is. And so I look to my side, and I see my big old fat dog, oh my gosh, sitting there on the beanbag. Not the chair. And my parents hate when my dog goes on the furniture because of, oh my gosh, because of the fact that she sheds so much. Yeah, I'm also going to be posting another video later today. Okay, so time for story time number 2. So let me think about this one real quick, as I yap away about some random thing. So I'm going to a wedding today. It's my best friend's mom's wedding, and I'm excited. Me and my friend get to watch them kiss. So yeah. Okay, I still haven't thought of story number 2. Let me think. Oh my gosh. One sec, I'm just gonna pause the video until I think of one so you guys don't have to sit here waiting and waiting. Okay, I have a story. So, my parents, they bought a cabin up north, and oh my gosh, hi Ba Kitty. Hi baby. Oh, she just jumped onto me and is making biscuits. So they bought a cabin, and we went up there for the weekend, and on our way home, so 2 of my cousins were there, both from different sides of the family. So my cousin S, you would know him, Soccer. I had him in a couple of my videos. He was in the car with me, and then my other cousin, let's just call her T, was in her car with her mom. And so they both came up there, and early in the morning and late at night, me and Soccer would, like, the property was big, so we had to explore and stuff. And me and my cousin found an orange transmitter for a car. And that thing was so heavy, it took both of us absolutely struggling to pull it through the ditch and then up the hill it was in. And then we also dug out a whole entire pot. In the process, we both almost broke our backs. Very nice, I do have to say. But now I'm getting to a funnier part. So, we explored the woods, like, by the house. And, oh gosh. And so as we were exploring them, we were trying to make a base. So we were gathering like a whole lot of like logs. I shouldn't call them logs, more like big sticks. So we gathered a bunch of those, and I was going to back to the fence where we had entered. Oh my gosh, Baha just ran away. So he'd gone back to the beginning of the forest, basically, to grab something. And then we found a whole base, and we were like, oh my gosh, we should just live in this. So we started renovating it by, like, finding, like, big, what should I call them? Like, wood planks, in a way, like, I don't even know. And, oh my gosh, I can hear sirens. I hope someone's okay. So we were finding, like, big, planks, I guess you could call them. And, is this how you do it? Oh my gosh, is this how you do it? Am I doing it? And then we would add them to, like, the roof. And then my cousin has a huge fear of spiders. So Soccer was like, we ain't going in here. And I was like, fine. And then, so we had to build a different base. And I was so sad. I loved that base. But then we started building a new base, and it actually turned out way better. It's not completed, so the next time I go up there, I will be sure to complete it. And so, okay, here's where the good part begins. So then me and my cousin, Soccer, we were exploring the forest a little, but my parents' rule was you could still see houses because it was like our first time actually staying there. So we could still see the houses. Oh my gosh, I'm so close to the end. And so you could still see the houses. And then, oh no, I suck at these. Oh my god. I'm gonna die. Please, no. No. Okay, so we could still see the houses. And we were, oh my god, what was that? We were walking through the ditch still because, like, there was this, like, long ditch that led from our house into the forest. And so we were in that, and so we got to the end of the ditch, and it was so pretty. So then I checked my phone, and I had more bars than we did at the house because we still hadn't gotten internet for the house yet. So right there in the middle of the forest, we had more internet than inside the house. So if we wanted to, like, watch a show or something, we had to go into the forest with our phones, and then we just had to watch it there. And it was really funny also because there were a bunch of cows out there. And I didn't pet them because I don't think that would have been a good idea. But there were also a bunch of cows out there, and they were so cute. I wanted to pet them, but I knew I shouldn't. Oh my gosh, I suck at this. Oh, the jumps are, like, messing with my brain. Wait, oh, okay, so I just jumped. And so yeah, the cows are so cute. I literally saw like 80 million people step on them. I thought I could. But yeah, and then so when my other cousin T got there, I was like, T, do you want to go to the forest with me? And And she was like, no. And I asked Soccer if he wanted to go into the forest with me. And he was like, no. And then, so I was in the forest alone for like 2 hours, just sitting there in peace. And it was so nice and so quiet. And so it was like 49 degrees out, I believe. And I was in like an insulated jacket, and it was so nice and warm. Like, it was amazing. No, I didn't do that. And so my cousin T was like, it's too cold. And I was like, I was literally hot out there. But yeah. Okay, so then on the way home, it's like a 2.5 hour drive from my house. So we were on the way home. Soccer was still in my car, and then we saw a person, like a guy wearing a crown and acting so zesty. Like, he would literally cross the road and like act like a baddie, and it was so funny. Me and my cousin were just there laughing. And then he was on the phone with somebody, and I think it was a dare. But it was so funny. Okay, let me think of story time number 2. I meant number 3, please. Don't cancel me. Okay, I thought of story time number 3. Let's hope I didn't forget it already. Oops, I did. Wait, let me try to think of what it was. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Okay, so I think it was like, so I didn't know UGG made blankets, and I got one for Christmas from my aunt, and I was so surprised because since when did UGG make blankets? I barely even knew about the shoes. Okay, so story time number 3. So Soccer and his baby brother, like not baby, like more, he's like 6 or 7. Please don't yell 6, 7. Okay, maybe you can, but so him and his baby cousin. So on Christmas Eve, like the whole family went to my house, like on my dad's side, and so my grandparents were there, and Soccer, his little brother, and then my other 2 cousins, B and B, we're just gonna call them that. So Soccer and his baby cousin. Oh my god, he's my baby cousin, not Soccer's. Soccer and his baby brother were basically fighting to the death. Like, they were full on tackling each other in the middle of my living room. And so I was like the referee. I was like, 3, 2, 1, go. And my other cousin B, let's just call him Breh. Yes. So Breh was he's the 3rd oldest. Is the tree on? Is someone home? Why is the tree on? I can see it changing colors from here. Like, I can see it shining onto the wall. Baha kitty! Meow meows! Okay, so there's the... Wait, what was I yapping about? No, please, I need this. Oh yeah, okay. So Brett would like launch So we're just gonna call my baby cousin, aka Soccer, little brother, K. So Brad would launch K into the abyss. And it was very funny to watch as K just went flying into Soccer. And then so we made a rule where you had to pin them down for 5 seconds. I think it's supposed to be 3, but who really cares about all of that? Though I'm leaving my sorry. I cannot see this. No. And they were like fighting, and then so every time Soccer would pin his brother down for 5 seconds, and most of the time he took the victory. It was like 7-2, 2 being K. But that's all I have for y'all today.